So the topic of discussion today is, let's call it brotherhood or unity. Unity in the community, right? And the vibes that we get from each other. So as some of you are aware, over the last couple of weeks, I did some traveling, visited different schools, visited some brothers, right? And it was a good time overall, man. I really enjoyed it, and I want to thank everybody that, allowed me to come into their school, man, and just vibe with people, right? But most of the people were people that I was already familiar with, that I knew personally. I had met during Krav Camp and stuff like that. But there were two brothers in particular that we followed each other on social media, but we'd never met face to face before, right? So, in the real world, understanding of things, we were really strangers to each other. I know that social media, the way things happen now, that's not always the case, but we'd never met. And the brother was Sean Davis and his student Donald, right? I met with Sean Davis first. I called the brother, let him know I was going to be in the city. We linked up, man. The brother invited me into his house. It was all love. We got to touch hands, right? And the beautiful thing about that is that social media has provided a vehicle for a lot of individuals to pretend to know their craft, right? See, but you can't fake skill in person, right? Especially when you're dealing with a person who knows their craft, who's an expert in their craft. And I consider Sean Davis to be an expert in his craft, right? And even before touching hands with the brother, you can't fake the stuff that brother does in his videos, right? But touching hands with the brother, man, and listen to the brother explain certain concepts and principles, that brother knows his stuff, man. And like I say, being able to vibe with the brother, man, getting to connect, and then seeing how much our thoughts are the same, right? Our approach is the same. That was a beautiful thing, man. Right? So that was our initial meeting. Like I said, me and the brother, we touched hands, we exchanged some technique, we vibed, man. We talked about a bunch of stuff, right? Like anybody from the outside looking in would have thought that me and this brother been vibing like this for years, right? They wouldn't have known that we just met that day for the first time in person. And I enjoyed the vibe so much. I left. I had some other things I had to take care of that day, so the visit kind of got cut short. But I made sure to double back and come visit the brother again. Me and the brother sat down in the park. We talked for hours, right? Then we went, got something to eat, called the student Donald, went to go meet him, and then vibing with that brother. Another, solid brother, man. The brother's approach to martial arts or combative arts, right? It's crazy, right? The brother, he showed me something, like a lot of times you hear people say, like wrist locks and certain stuff like that wouldn't work in real situations. The brother showed me something that was so simple, and it's based on human reflex, that it's almost impossible for you not to get that off. And I was actually mad at myself for not thinking of the thing before he showed it to me. But that's one of the beautiful things about when brothers can come together. There's no egos involved, right? It's just an exchange of technique, an exchange of philosophies, an exchange of concept, an exchange of skills, man. And this is how we grow as a community, right? When we start to realize that we're not in competition with each other, man, right? Because if you think about it, the martial arts and combative arts community is like 1% of 1% of the population, right? There's really no reason for dudes to be at odds with each other, right? That vibe, man, that I got from those brothers. And again, some of you who are aware know what I went through when I first came home with people in the martial arts community. Brothers wanted to, they wanted to blacklist me and all kind of stuff like that because I didn't have 150 certificates, right? Like, okay, you can fight, but you don't have a certificate telling us that you can fight. So despite the fact that you show us you can fight, we're going to blacklist you anyway because you don't have a certificate. That was just stupid to me. I didn't understand it. It left a bitter taste in my mouth, right? But that interaction with those two brothers right there, right, showed me everybody's not like that, man. And they're not the only brothers that I've experienced that with. I've experienced that going to Krav camp and dealing with the people there, right? Beautiful, beautiful environment, beautiful vibe, right? But one of the main things for me with that was, and I've expressed this in the past video, like I felt like it was a lot of my own who wanted to dump on me, and these two brothers are my own, right? And they didn't do that, man. It was nothing but love, man. I have nothing but respect and love for them brothers, man. And I'm looking forward to us training together again, man, because it was it was a beautiful thing, man. I really enjoyed the vibe. So, you know, and that's the thing, man. It's the brotherhood, man. We need to foster that type of thing among the community because there are not a lot of us, right? Again, 1% of 1%. That's this fraction of the population. So people getting caught up in the politics of, you know, my style is better than yours, my knife is bigger, and all this whatever other nonsense, that's dumb, right? Because the reality is that if you research history, right, warriors didn't grow like that, right? They have like an example. It's a fictitious example, but it's an example, right? From The Princess Bride, the dude Inigo. The dude went around and studied fencing from all different kind of teachers, right? Even there was one guy in Ireland who trained him. He went wherever he could learn, right? He didn't say, well, I'm a Spaniard, so I'm only going to learn from Spanish teachers. No, he went to whoever could teach him, right? Musashi, right? In the Ieiji Yoshikawa series, the Musashi travels around and he goes to different teachers to learn, right? This was how warriors did it back in the days, man. They interacted with each other. They learned from each other, man. They grew together, right? Why are we trying to rewrite that? Especially those of us who consider ourselves to be traditionalists. That's part of the tradition. For us to help each other grow. We have to help each other grow. There's nothing that anybody is doing right now that somebody either hasn't already done or already tried. So trying to have top secret techniques and all that stuff like that, it don't exist, man. Because what you think is a secret, some hundreds of years ago, some unknown person already tried it, right? Maybe you make it work better than them. Maybe he couldn't make it work and you're making it work. But the fact of the matter is it was already tried. So there's no reason for us to be trying to badmouth each other. And when I say, I'm talking about those who sincerely pursue the arts. I'm not talking about the individuals who are fronting, right? See, fronting individuals get people hurt. Right? So when they can be exposed, they should absolutely be exposed. But for those, and again, if you're a trained warrior, you're a trained fighter, you're a trained practitioner, you can spot a fraud from somebody who's legit. And when you come across somebody who's legit, somebody who has that passion, that drive, man, you should want to help them be able to further express that passion and that drive. Just like if they have something that you may find useful in your pursuit, you should want that thing as well, right? So, again, I got that, man. That vibe with those brothers was amazing, man. I enjoyed the hell out of that. I love that, man. Right? And I'm looking forward to collabing with those brothers in the future, man, because those are some good brothers, you know? But again, this should be a thing with everybody, right? This should be a thing with everybody. It's not enough of us for us to be bickering and carrying on like we don't have good sense. Let me see. There are so many people that need to hear this message. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Right? Yo, man, it's like I said, it's a beautiful thing. So those brothers, man, if you're ever in the New York City area and you get an opportunity to train with those brothers, I would highly recommend it, man. And if you're not in the New York City area, but you would like an opportunity to train with those brothers, I'm sure that they'd be willing to come out to wherever you are. Look them up, man. These brothers are official, and I got nothing but love for those brothers, man. I'm looking forward to training with them in the future. And anybody else that I feel can enhance my skill set, yo, I'm hoping that I could get that kind of vibe going with you too, and that you can get that vibe going with me, and we can have this brotherhood and sisterhood clicking, and that would be a truly beautiful thing. Each one teach one, we all reach one, right? The great Moses Powell used to say that. And That's true as hell, man. Let's get back to the root of this thing. Let's get back to the actual tradition where warriors helped warriors, man. Right? So with that, because I'm not going to ramble on too long, I want to say Harambe. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you on the other side. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day.
My only goal right now is to murder like Mook. Stay loaded like Lux, nigga, I don't give a fuck.